Conquering the congestion, advanced scaling solutions. Solana already moves fast. But what happens when the entire world starts using it? Congestion is the final boss, and Solana's not just preparing for it, it's engineering past it. Here's how. 1. FireDancer, the next-gen validator client. FireDancer is Solana's moonshot for performance. Built from the ground up by Jump Crypto, not the Solana Foundation, FireDancer is a brand new validator client written in C/C++. Why? Because the current client is good, but it's not hardware maxed out good. Here's what FireDancer brings to the table. Massive throughput, benchmarked at over 1 million TPS in testing. High-efficiency networking, optimized to use CPU and memory like a high-frequency trading engine. Client diversity, reduces central points of failure, key for decentralization and network resilience. FireDancer is Solana's answer to the question, what if an entire global user base hit the chain at once? It's built for that future. 2. State compression, shrinking the data explosion. Every action on a blockchain adds to its state, and over time, that state gets heavy, really heavy. It slows things down and increases costs. Solana tackles this with state compression, a clever system that uses Merkle trees and zero-knowledge style techniques to reduce how much data needs to be stored on-chain. Why this matters? NFT collections can be compressed to cost pennies instead of hundreds of dollars. Massive user data sets, like identity or game stats, can be stored and verified efficiently. It lets developers scale their apps without bloating the network. It's like storing a high-res photo in a tiny file without losing any detail, and verifying it instantly. 3. The long-term vision, sharding, but smarter. Solana's long-term plan does include sharding, but not the way most chains are doing it. Today, Solana avoids sharding to preserve a unified global state. That's a huge advantage for developer simplicity and composability. But as user demand explodes, Solana's architecture allows for eventual horizontal scaling. Think parallel execution environments that still feel like one chain. This could look like runtime-level partitioning, hyper-optimized consensus zones, or even app-specific subnets without breaking interoperability. It's still early, but the vision is clear. Scale without splintering the experience. The big picture Solana isn't just solving today's congestion, it's building for billions of users, with FireDancer rewriting the rules on throughput, state compression minimizing data overload, and a long-term sharding strategy that keeps the chain unified and scalable. It's not about chasing TPS records, it's about building a chain that stays fast, cheap, and open, no matter how big it gets. Real-world impact. The road to billions. Solana isn't just about theoretical speed, it's about what that speed unlocks in the real world, for users, for businesses, and eventually for billions of people. This is what happens when scale stops being the problem. 1. dApps pushing Solana to the edge. Some apps on Solana aren't just surviving the chain's high throughput, they're testing its limits. Helium migrated its entire telecom infrastructure to Solana. We're talking millions of IoT devices sending real-time data. Drip is sending out tens of thousands of NFTs every week, completely free to users. Jupiter is handling massive DEX volumes with blazing fast swaps and real-time routing. Phantom and other wallets are onboarding non-crypto users with speed and simplicity that feels like Web 2. These aren't experiments, they're live products at scale, serving real demand, and proving that Solana can handle it. 2. Economic implications. Speed that pays scalability isn't just technical, it's economic. Enterprises need stable costs and reliable throughput. Solana's low flat fees make it viable for microtransactions, global remittances, real-time payments, and high-frequency data exchange. Without the unpredictability of gas auctions, developers benefit from cheap state changes and fast finality, enabling more complex apps without pricing users out. Consumers finally get an experience that feels instant and free, a critical ingredient for adoption outside the crypto bubble. In short, scaling isn't about bragging rights, it's about making decentralized tech economically viable for the masses. 3. Future use cases. Beyond speculation. When you remove scaling limits, whole new categories of applications become possible. On-chain games with real-time action and player ownership. Decentralized social networks that can support millions of posts, comments, and interactions per day. Tokenized real-world assets, not just as collectibles, but for lending, trading, and ownership at global scale. AIX blockchain integrations, where smart contracts react to real-time ML outputs and stream data live. Machine-to-machine payments, where devices pay each other for bandwidth, storage, or compute with no humans involved. The infrastructure is no longer the bottleneck. The only limit is imagination. The road ahead, Solana's not just building a fast blockchain, it's laying the foundation for a new digital economy, one where apps feel instant, costs don't kill creativity, and blockchain finally fades into the background. Just like the internet did. That's the road to billions, and Solana's already walking it. The future is now. Solana's mass adoption horizon. Solana has the tech, the momentum, and the real-world traction. But mass adoption isn't automatic. There are still challenges to solve, and Solana's tackling them head-on to bring blockchain to billions. 1. The remaining hurdles and the plan to beat them. Solana's potential is massive, but there are key hurdles it still needs to clear. Decentralization concerns critics point to the concentration of validators and the cost of running a high-performance node. Solana's answer? Client diversity with FireDancer, built by an independent team. Lower validator entry costs with hardware optimization and community incentives. A long-term push toward geographic and economic decentralization of the validator set. Network stability. Yes, Solana has had downtime, and it's owning that. The chain has gone through multiple upgrades, including stake-weighted QoS, local fee markets, and more granular control for devs. Uptime and reliability have improved dramatically in 2024 and 2025. FireDancer will bring redundancy and fault tolerance to a new level. Education and onboarding. Great tech means nothing if users can't access it. That's why tools like Solana Mobile, embedded wallets, and simplified onboarding flows are becoming the norm, reducing friction for non-crypto natives. Solana's not ignoring the hard stuff, it's building through it. 2. Call to action, join the conversation. Solana's mission is bigger than any one chain, company, or token price. It's about building an internet of value that's fast, open, and fair. What do you think? Can Solana become the backbone of mainstream blockchain adoption? Is its speed and simplicity enough to win over the world? Drop your thoughts, challenge the vision, shape what's next. 3. Closing power statement, Solana's leadership moment. Solana isn't promising the future, it's shipping it today. While others talk about scalability, Solana is proving it live, at scale, with real users and real apps. It's no longer a question of if blockchain can go mainstream. With Solana, it's a question of when, and the answer is getting clearer by the day. If you enjoyed this two-part video, consider liking and subscribing to help the channel out. Don't miss out on daily crypto analysis.